Good afternoon. This is Bob Gorley with Bob Gorley's Truth Seekers. I have this pleasure of speaking with John Kerr this afternoon from Brookville, Pennsylvania. And John, tell me a little bit about you. Where did you grow up?
Well, I grew up in north central Ohio.
Okay.
I was a farm boy. We were on a dairy farm, and I liked it. I liked working with the cows, but I really loved working on the tractors, and I'm still a tractor guy.
And which flavor tractor do you like the best?
Well, there's a saying. I don't adhere to it, but I don't argue with it. If it isn't red, leave it in the shed.
Okay. So you like the internationals and the... how many kids do you have other brothers and sisters?
I have a sister that's a year older than me, and I have 4 younger brothers.
Did you have dairy cattle or beef cattle? Or?
We had dairy cattle.
So you got to milk them twice a day?
Twice a day,
Forever
7 days a week.
Forever and ever and ever.
No holidays.
Yes. And so how did you get out of the farming world?
Well, when I was about 16 years old, almost 16, my dad decided he had worked in the factory long enough to support his hobby on the farm, and thought the better thing to do would be to continue working in the factory and sell the farm. So that's what he did.
Okay. And then where did you go?
We moved not far from there, probably 8 or 10 miles.
And what was your new occupation?
Well, my dad continued to work in the factory, and I was in high school.
So after high school, what happened?
Well, in high school, I went from a class of 88 to a class of over 400.
Ah.
So a little overwhelming. From there, I worked in the factory for about a month, and one of the guys at church owned a surveying company and said, you need to get out of that factory, and I agreed with him. So I surveyed and became a registered land surveyor in Ohio.
And how long did you stay in the surveying world?
12 years.
And then what?
Well, things kind of dried up. There weren't a lot of people buying or selling, and this was in the early 80s. And I had done some preaching part-time and kind of felt the call to get into full-time preaching, so that's what I did.
So you've been preaching for 40 years?
Plus, yes.
40 plus years. And how's that experience been?
It's been good.
When did you start singing?
Started singing in a quartet in probably 77.
That's about 50 years.
Yes.
And how have you found that?
Love it. Cannot imagine not singing. Sang in a gospel quartet with my brother, my sister-in-law, and a good friend of ours for probably 20 years.
Is the rest of your family in the religious world?
My brother Jeff, he sang lead in the quartet I was in.
Does he preach?
He does not. He's an elder in the church and takes care of the music in their church.
Are you involved in any local groups around here? Like music, besides the ones in the Bethlehem?
Well, New Bethlehem Barbershop Chorus is the main one we do, and I sing in 2 quartets. And we're both members at the New Bethlehem Chorus.
How did you get interested in motorcycles?
Something I've always liked. Just enjoy riding. Rode. When my kids were small, I quit.
And then when did you start back up?
When my kids were old enough that I wasn't responsible for them, then I started up again.
And what's the farthest trip you've taken?
We went out to Seattle.
From here?
from here.
You rode the whole way out?
We rode out to Mount Rushmore is where we really started sightseeing, but we rode from here out. Went up through Montana, saw some friends, and my oldest granddaughter lives in Seattle, so we went out there and had lunch with her, and then rode down along the California coastway to the Redwoods.
Who rode with you in this trip?
Wayne Roble.
And did you check how many miles you put on that whole trip?
7,200.
And any equipment breakdowns?
I didn't have any. Wayne had one of the front fork seals started leaking in his. We stopped at a place and they fixed it.
So that wasn't real major. And you're still riding?
When I recover from my injuries, I will probably, hopefully in about 3 weeks, I'll ride again.
So tell us how you got injured.
Well, a lot of people think it was a motorcycle accident and they want me to sell my motorcycle. It was not. It just happened to be there. I haven't been feeling good for probably a year and a half. It's been getting worse. And I was getting my lungs checked out over at Du Bois Hospital. And pulled in, shut the motorcycle off, had my helmet off, was getting off the motorcycle and had all my weight on the left side of the saddle, and my heart stopped. And so I collapsed, and when I fell on the pavement, I broke my back, and my foot was still up on the peg, and that's when my ankle snapped. And that night in the hospital, in the emergency room, my heart stopped for 21 seconds.
Did you have any out of body experience then? Did you go dance with the angels?
Nothing.
You don't recall any of it?
Black.
So then what did they do?
Well, before they could operate on my ankle, they had to put a pacemaker in. And I felt an immediate difference.
And did they have to split you?
No.
How did they put the pacemaker in?
No, they made a cut
They cut
up here. Unfortunately, when they came in to get me to put the pacemaker in, I said I didn't know I was going to have surgery. And I ate lunch. We don't care. Well, they didn't care because they didn't put me clear out. So I felt a lot of cutting, and they used local.
They numbed
To
them,
numb
but you were
everything.
awake.
I was awake.
Did you pass out again?
No.
Stayed
There's a
awake?
lot of pulling and
You stayed awake for that.
pushing, and
And is that electronically controlled?
yes, there are 2 wires that go down to my heart.
How
If
often?
my heart goes down to 60, it stays there. It won't drop below 60.
How long is that battery good for?
I think they said 5 years.
So every 5 years you have to get it replaced.
Yes.
Okay. How did you get into barbershop quartet? What brought that on?
When I was really young, my dad listened to Mitch Miller.
Okay.
And we used to watch Mitch Miller on television Saturday nights. And like a lot of things, you like it or you don't. And I like it. And I like the close harmonies. And Mitch wasn't really a barbershop quartet. When I first started hearing barbershop quartets, I thought, that's wonderful. And so I got into it.
Is there barbershop growing or shrinking or staying the same? How's it? You've done that for a good many years.
Changing.
It's changing.
It has changed a lot, yes.
Did it increase in size or decrease in size or?
It decreased a lot, and now they're, in 2010 or somewhere around there, they opened it up for girls to sing with us too.
Oh.
Before that, it was all men,
Yes.
and now it's everybody.
So they added women.
And so that's helped us out a lot. It's helped us locally. And my wife and I sing together in a quartet, so it has helped us.
That'd be good. Walk us through a typical rehearsal.
Quartet or chorus?
Well, either one.
The chorus we practice every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock in the New Bethlehem Fire Hall.
The fire hall.
And Bill Young is our director. And he keeps things moving and interesting. And quartet, it's a little more relaxed. There's just 4 of us. And we are very good friends. We've been singing together for a long time.
Who's the other 3 participants?
Well, the ones, I'm in 2 quartets. The one that sings with my wife and I are Jeff and Cindy Kopp.
Okay.
And then the other one, Wayne Roble, is the lead singer. He's the one that rides motorcycles with me.
Went out to Seattle.
Yes. And Kirby Nupp sings baritone, and Shelley sings our tenor.
What makes the barbershop harmony so special and challenging?
They're close harmonies. And sometimes they have a special chord they call the barbershop chord. And sometimes it sounds kind of dissonant, and then you have resolve.
What was one of your most memorable performances?
My most memorable, they have an international competition every year.
Where at?
As for choruses, it travels around.
Okay.
And so one year it was in Orlando,
Okay.
Florida, and I was the president of our chapter up here. And my son was the president of their chapter down in Jacksonville, Florida. And so I got dual membership. And he and I were both presidents of our chapters that year, and we both got to sing together on the main stage. 15th place in the world.
Wow.
So we did well.
Any funny audience reactions to you guys singing?
Oh, every once in a while, things happen in life. Generally, we have really good reactions.
Has singing in the quartet helped you build friendships?
Very much so.
And any unexpected surprises from being in it?
Not really surprises, but a lot of great benefits.
Any advice for someone who wants to try barbershop singing but feels intimidated?
Do not feel intimidated. Come and join us. We have a good time. We have a great time, and one of the good things is it's not there's not any kind of infighting or just no major problems at all.
Perfect. We're going to shift over to your motorcycling again. When you're riding the motorcycle, is it the freedom of the road, or the mechanics, or the community, or what do you find the most pleasure in motorcycling?
I think it's probably a sense of freedom as much as anything. I enjoy nature. I like to ride. This is a wonderful place to ride. Ridden all over the country, a lot of really good places. On our trip out west, my favorite ride was up Pikes Peak.
Did you run out of oxygen?
No, but you can tell a difference. You can tell a big difference in your lungs and on your machine too. On the way down Pikes Peak, they had a little building, and they were stopping everybody there, and I didn't know why. And they waved us on through because we were on motorcycles, and I realized then what they were doing is checking the temperature on brakes on cars. And since we hardly ever use brakes, we just get down in a low gear, and
Whoa.
but that was fun. I just love to ride and see nature. And
Did you ever hit a deer?
yes,
And was that life-threatening?
no, it was about a year ago, and I was coming home. I was about 3 miles from the house. It was dark, and I never even saw the deer, but all of a sudden I felt this wham right in the side of the motorcycle.
So it hit you.
And it hit me and kind of rolled over my leg and the back fender and knocked the trunk loose a little bit. I was on my trike, so I didn't fall, but it hit hard. If I'd have been on two wheels, I'd have gone over.
How fast were you going?
50.
Did it kill the deer?
I don't think so. I never did see it.
Did you ever hit a groundhog?
I have. That was on two wheels. Just kind of ran over it.
Even a groundhog can throw you. How about a raccoon?
No.
Fox?
Dalmatian
A dog?
and a dog.
They're big. That'd be like hitting a deer.
It was noticeable.
Did you hit it or did it hit you?
Well, what happened, my brother and his girlfriend, this was 50 years ago, my brother and his girlfriend were riding, and you're supposed to ride staggered. And so my wife was on back of my motorcycle, and this dog came out to chase my brother. And before I could do anything, I hit it broadside. And we stayed up. Didn't hurt the bike, but it threw the dog into the ditch. It was fine. He got up and went back to his house.
Do you have any bucket list trips that you want to take on your motorcycle?
Any bucket list?
Bucket list trips.
Not necessarily. Maybe back to the south and southwest. We were down in Arizona, but just in northern Arizona, not for very long.
Any other hobbies you have besides motorcycling and singing?
I enjoy bowling.
Oh, you're a bowler.
Bowling.
Did you ever get you can get over 200 once in a while?
Yeah, not as often as I used to, but I did. Last year I got over 200.
Did you ever get a 300?
No.
200 is a big accomplishment.
277 was the best I ever got.
And you were really
All strikes till the 10th frame, and then it fizzled out.
You're nibbling pretty hard on that one. Any lesson or piece of wisdom you like to say from your singing or your writing?
Well, the most important thing I think in life is just to know the Lord and love the Lord and surrender to the Lord, and He's our life.
Did you follow that Charlie Kirk assassination any?
Some, yeah.
It's still going on, so I just didn't know if you had any opinion on that or anything.
I think it's just a horrible, horrible thing.
I consider him kind of like our version of John the Baptist. You know, he was just a wonderful person that was publicly assassinated.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you could give advice to your younger self or anything, what would you suggest pursuing as a younger John?
Well, somebody just asked me this not too long ago. Would you like to hear what I said?
Yes.
Because they asked different times in my life when I was a young adult
Okay.
and middle-aged, and now I'm 75 now.
All right.
And I said as a young adult, I would say find something that you really enjoy in life and make that your career. And middle part of life, and this would run all through life. Don't borrow money. Don't loan money. It just creates problems. We have banks if you want to buy a house or whatever, but I would say keep the borrowing at a bare minimum. Don't get in debt.
I think that's superb. That is a real crippler.
Yes. And I think we need to be generous too. If somebody needs something and I have it, I'll give it to them. And a lot of times people laugh, I need $50. I said, well, if you need it, I've got it. I'll give it to you. If I don't have it, go to the bank. And later in life, I think it's very important to spend time in the Word of God and in prayer every day and not skip a day.
Yeah. I think Jesus is the main thing to walk with.
Yes. This is eternal life, that they may know you, the only true God, and Jesus Christ whom you've sent.
Is there something that most people don't know about you that they ought to know?
I'm not as rough as I look on the outside.
Do you miss farming?
There are times I do. A friend of mine last year gave me a tractor, just out of the goodness of his heart. Yes. And I've driven it around a couple of times.
Is that like a 1950 version? Or?
No, it's not that
It's
new.
a newer one.
It's older than that.
Older than 1950?
40s. It's a
that's an anterior.
Farmall A.
Okay. And that had like 20 horsepower or something like that? Or
I don't think it's that much.
they didn't have very much back then?
No.
Are you going to take it to Tractor Sunday?
Well, I'd probably have to start this afternoon if I drove down there.
Well, they do have trailers.
I enjoyed that. I saw you down there last year.
Yes.
That's a wonderful event.
Has Guardian Angels helped you out throughout your life?
Yes. Would not be here if it were not for the Lord's hand, and yeah, there are specific times I can go back and
Name a couple of times that it's nice to have a guardian angel.
well, I think even back when I was in high school, I didn't really recognize it as much at the time, but I look back and there were times when some of the guys, I ran with some pretty good guys, but we were adolescents. Adolescent boys just do things that
Or dumb.
are stupid, yes.
Yes.
And there were a couple of times they did things that they got in trouble for, and I ended up having to milk. And at the time I thought, well, this is punishment. And afterwards, when they got in trouble, I thought, what a blessing.
And another guardian angel experience?
I think times when I've been driving, especially, I remember one on a motorcycle not too long ago. I was on 322, maybe 5 miles from home, and there was a dirt road. And there was a semi-truck coming out that dirt road. And I just had this feeling there's a car on the other side of that truck that can't see anything. He's just going to pull out in front of me, and I slowed way down. And I got close, sure enough, the car pulled out. And I don't think that was just luck. I don't believe in that.
Yes, I think you had a premonition that was you listened to.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you don't listen to your God nudges, and sometimes you pay more attention to them. Was there any book that you remember reading or anything like that you really liked?
Well, I tell people this. I mean, I do read some other books, but I tell them my library has 66 books in it.
The Bible.
Yes.
How about any good movies that you remember seeing in your lifetime?
Yeah, one of them I remember from back in the
way
60s, yeah. One of my favorites was Cool Hand Luke. Have you ever seen that one, Bob?
A long time ago. So.
It's a classic. There are a lot of good lessons there, and I remember reading an article one time. A guy was talking about how Cool Hand Luke was like Jesus.
Oh.
And he had his followers. George Kennedy played dragline, and he was like the Apostle Peter. And Don't know if you remember or not, but there was a time when he ate 50 eggs. You don't remember?
I don't remember.
Yeah, Paul Newman was Cool Hand Luke.
I like Paul Newman.
And they were all betting that he couldn't eat 50 eggs, and he ate 50 eggs in an hour. And the camera pulls back, and just laying on this table like a crucifix, like he had just done some tremendous thing for these guys. And it gets pretty specific at the end of the movie. He is going to get shot. They hunted him down after he had already run twice, and he's running the third time, and he knew he was going to get killed. And he goes into an old abandoned church and calls out to God, and where are you? Where you been all my life? And it's a good movie.
I was really curious about you flatlining for 21 seconds. And then you said you passed out when you fell over. So
Yes.
there was 2 different times you shut down.
And there were some other times.
How about, what did they tell you about your lungs?
Well, the cardiologist said it wasn't my lungs as much, and I do have some lung problems, but not.
It was mostly your heart.
He said it was mostly heart.
And in theory, they got that under control now.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I had a heart attack the day after Easter. This year, Easter Sunday, I did not go to church. I went to the hospital.
How did you know you had a heart attack?
Oh, it was. I went to the hospital for breathing problems. I was just gasping for air on Easter Sunday.
Okay.
And then the next day, I was feeling some better. They were giving me treatments, and that night, I thought I had indigestion about 10 o'clock. And I realized pretty soon this is not going away, it's getting worse. And so I talked to the nurse, and she came in, and they got pretty panicky because I was having chest pains.
Did they stick those things on you?
And it got way worse.
Did they stick the paddles on you
No,
or whatever?
because my heart hadn't stopped then.
Okay.
It was just chest pain.
So they knew it was a heart attack.
And what happened is one of the blood vessels closed clear off.
Oh.
And that's when I had that heart
Did
attack.
they open it up?
Couldn't.
So
Too
it's
far
still-
gone.
It's still gone.
But the doctor did say, they took me over to Du Bois, and they did a heart catheterization in my right wrist first. And he says, I can't even get a wire through it. And then he did one through the left wrist. And he looked up, and he said, somebody up there really likes you a lot. And, of course, I wasn't out. I was awake the whole time. I said, he doesn't like me, he loves me, and I love him. He says, well, you've grown some new blood vessels over on this side of your heart. And he says, they're good.
Well, everybody, thanks for listening to Bob's Truth Seekers. If you like it, hit like and subscribe. Otherwise, have a great day, and thank you, John.
Thank you, Bob. Been a pleasure.